Welcome back to FryMinis. I'm Eric, and today in our Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft coverage, we're going to take a look at haunted traps. So what's better than a regular trap? Well, a fireball trap. But what's even cooler than that? A haunted trap. So it's a new thing. It looks awesome. Let's take a look. Like other traps, haunted traps represent threats leveled toward trespassers. They originate in an area spontaneously, often resulting from overwhelming negative emotion, tragedy, or evil. Just as some terrible fates might cause a tormented individual to rise as an undead creature, so might supernatural evil and violent emotions manifest more generally as one or more haunted traps. Such traps provide a way to theme the dangers and monsters of a haunted place to reveal a grim history or frightening tale. When creating haunted traps, consider what events brought them into being and how those trap effects suggest those origins. So right off the bat, I think these are cool. Spontaneously generated traps. So now they can just show up anywhere. You don't have to worry about, oh, well, this place is haunted, but nobody's been here for 1,000 years. How's the trap still going to be active? That's a ghost. Every haunted trap has an emanation, which might be as subtle as a drop in temperature or as overt as an object moving of its own accord. A haunted trap's emanation occurs before the trap takes effect. A character notices the emanation if their passive wisdom perception score equals or exceeds 10 plus the trap's haunt bonus. A character who notices the haunted trap has until the start of their next turn to react, which might include fleeing to avoid the trap or attempting to disarm it. See the following section. Class features and spells such as Divine Sense and Detect Evil and Good that discern desecration also detect haunted traps. So having until the start of your next turn is interesting because that gives you your full current turn to theoretically take action. I'm not sure about that one. I do like that it's detectable through existing class features. I think that's neat. Characters who noticed a haunted trap before it activates can attempt to disarm it. Typical methods of disarming traps such as Thieves' Tools and Dispel Magic don't affect haunted traps. However, the Channel Divinity class feature and the Remove Curse spell can disarm a haunted trap. To use Channel Divinity to disarm a haunted trap, a character uses an action to present their holy symbol and speak a prayer. To use Remove Curse instead, a character must cast the spell and touch an object that is part of the trap. Whichever disarming method is used, the trap itself then makes a saving throw against the character's spell save DC, adding its haunt bonus to the save. On a failure, the trap is disarmed for 24 hours. If the trap fails to save by 10 or more, the trap is disarmed permanently. Depending on the haunted trap's origin, certain spells might also affect the trap. For example, a haunted spell with a fiendish origin might be permanently disarmed by the spell Dispel Good and Evil. Some haunted traps might also be disarmed in non-magical ways related to the history of a haunted area. Such methods might be as simple as wearing the clothes of a haunted house's former owner or singing a lullaby that soothes a restless spirit. Haunted traps disarmed in such ways typically remain disarmed for 24 hours. Really, really cool. I love all these different ways to disarm it. Of course, having those kind of like you can count on them features, the Channel Divinity and the Remove Curse spell, those are great. But I really like the context sensitive kind of disarm options. So for that lullaby, if it's a screaming baby ghost or something, you sing it lullaby, maybe it'll calm down and not explode you. I really like the options and creativity we've got here. This is good. Several haunted traps are presented here in alphabetical order. Customize them to create terrifying traps appropriate for your adventures. And we get some example options, so let's jump into those. Dance Macabre has a haunt bonus of +4. This haunted trap affects a 20-foot radius sphere centered on an ancient but pristine instrument. When a creature enters the area, the trap's emanation manifests as the sound of distant, mournful music. A round later, a phantom performer appears and begins playing the instrument for the next minute. While the performer plays, any creature that enters or starts its turn in the haunted trap's area must succeed on a DC 14 Wisdom save or float 20 feet into the air and be affected by the spell Otto's irresistible dance. There they are joined by illusory dancers as they dance for the remainder of the performer's song. As an action, a dancing creature can repeat the saving throw to end the effect on itself, whereupon it falls 20 feet and takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage. If a creature saving throw to resist the trap or to stop dancing is successful, the creature is immune to that haunted trap for the next 24 hours. While the phantom performer plays, any creature within the haunted trap's area can use an action to try to convince the performer to stop playing, doing so with a successful DC 14 Charisma Persuasion check. When the performer stops playing, all creatures affected by the haunted trap are freed from its effects and float to the ground safely. That's perfectly classical, spooky, kind of cartoonishly undead ghost type stuff with the floating and the dancing. I like it a lot. Up next is the Faceless Malice with a haunt bonus of +2. This haunted trap affects a 15-foot cube in front of an ornate mirror hanging on a wall. When a visible creature enters the area, the trap's emanation manifests as the creature's distorted reflection in the mirror. If that creature is still in the area at the start of its next turn, it must succeed on a DC 12 Wisdom saving throw or be blinded, deafened, and rendered unable to speak for 1 minute. Additionally, an illusion makes it appear that the creature has had its face erased. The Remove Curse spell ends this effect, as does destroying the mirror. Mirror has AC 12, 10 hit points, vulnerability to bludgeoning damage, and immunity to poison and psychic damage. After a creature fails its saving throw against the trap won't activate again for 24 hours. Simple, thematic, scary, perfect. Looks like we're increasing in difficulty here with icons of the lower aerial kingdoms with a haunt bonus of +6. This haunted trap is tied to the 10-foot radius sphere surrounding an ominous, 1-foot tall statue of a menacing, 4-winged, bird-like figure. Once per day, when a creature enters the area, the trap's emanation manifests as the sound of a distant flapping wing and a rush of warm air. If that creature is still in the area at the start of its next turn, it must succeed on a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw or be charmed and incapacitated for 1 minute. These conditions last until the creature is damaged or someone else uses an action to shake the creature. If the affected creature remains charmed for the full minute, they are then affected as per the spell Magic Jar, their soul entering the statue and being replaced by the spirit of a disembodied fiend. This effect ends when a Dispel Evil and Good or similar spell is cast on the affected creature or when the statue is destroyed. The statue has AC 17, 15 hit points, and immunity to poison and psychic damage. This haunted trap manifests as a result of a fiendish influence. Casting Dispel Evil and Good on the statue permanently disarms the haunted trap. So these are some pretty serious spell slots that you're going to be burning to get rid of these, which I'm okay with that. Throwing Magic Jar out like that, oof, that's tough. And finally, we have Morbid Memory with a haunt bonus of +0. A Morbid Memory trap presents little danger, but it proves useful in revealing important and unsettling glimpses into an area's past. This haunted trap affects a single room or 30-foot square area. When a creature enters the area, the trap's emanation manifests as faint, disembodied whispers. If that creature is still in the area at the start of its next turn, an illusory scene plays out, repeating some terrible event that happened in the area. This vision typically lasts 1 minute. When the vision ends, all creatures in the area that saw the illusion must succeed on a DC 10 Wisdom saving throw or become frightened of the area for the next 1d4 rounds. Frightened creatures must take the dash action and move away from the haunted area by the safest available route on each of their turns, unless there is nowhere else to move. After the haunted trap is activated, it won't activate again for 24 hours. I think these are really cool. I like the idea of the emanation. I like the idea of using non-traditional disarming techniques. I like the creativity of it being tied to its origin, have different results and different weaknesses. I really like that last one, the Morbid Memory, that you could tie that into almost like a magic mouth spell, sort of. Very cool. I can't wait to use these against my players. What do you think of these haunted traps and the haunt bonus? I think that's a cool mechanic. Stay tuned for more Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft coverage here on FryMinis. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.